I just want to make a note here that all the files I'll be showing on this video, I had sent to the Attorney General office in Indiana. And I also will be showing files that were inserted, corrupted files, causes of corruption, files unknown to me then that it was sent back. It was sneaking, meaning that it was not sent separate in a separate envelope. So, but all the files I would be presenting to you is what I sent to them. I will show some files that were sneaked in, a corrupted file that was sent back to me unknown to me, meaning it was pushed within um, my files that I sent to them. And I had told them to keep it, but instead of keeping it, they send it back with insertions. So I'll show some of them, and whenever I do, I will mention that they are some of what was inserted. But all that I'm showing, I had sent to the Attorney General office. This is the person I deal with at Order House. This is the person who told me I did not have a contract. Not long after I received this letter from the Attorney General office with the highlight on it saying there might be a possibility of litigation. As I said, yes, I researched the Attorney General himself on the internet. What I read, it was all right to me. Seemed to be a fair person, bright person. Yes, he highlighted Section 1, but the person who handled my case, what she is saying went against Section 4. Now, in my case, as I said, I went according to what Section 1 and Section 4 said. If there's anybody to blame in the office, I'll blame the person who was handling my case, mainly because she sent multiple emails to me asking for more papers. I mean, unimaginable amount. It's like and the odd thing is that I will respond by an email and a phone call, but she never returned my phone call. And this is very, very strange to me, at least. But I do know that the office can be busy, and quite often you don't have enough time for one person. So, but why send so much email, and why do not answer at least one call? In all my dealing with her, I only talked to her once on the phone within 3 months or so. And my reason that I would point the finger at her, if it's anybody to point the finger at, is because she always would email about more papers, more papers. It came multiple emails, and but she never had time to talk to me personally. You see, so this is very fishy as far as I'm concerned. Okay, for the record here, this is page 10. This is the last page in the box that was sent to me, and just want to make it a point on this. This is the second quarter of 2004. That was the last page. There's nothing due, and if you have a carryover by this point and money due that was never paid, at this point you will see money due somewhere, a totaling, and it branch over. Just like when you owing a light bill or a bill, a utility bill, the money carry over, you will see that money carry over somewhere here, and you will see the history carry over here about the sales and the lifeline too. Nothing of the sort. But this is page 10. If it's not clear, page 10, it is a page 10. Let me show page 9. This is page 9. So yeah, and this is 8, and you go over, and this will be page 10. This will be page 10 there. All right. Well, behind the scene, I'm laughing and I'm crying, and I'm amusing myself. I have to. I'm showing this bill again. This is for the 20 books, my ISBN number. This is the barcode. That's my address in Massachusetts. And of course, that's the book name and the ISBN number. And to me, I think the IRS should get busy on these people, because these are the type of people that give people bad tax breaks. So I bought these books in in of August of 2004 in the third quarter. All right, so every time I show it like too fast. So I decided to show it very slow. But it was in the third quarter, and eventually I paid 240 something with discount and so forth. I get to pay 243. Okay, with a discount of $27 or what it was then. And that was my address in Massachusetts then. Okay, remember just now I showed the 10 page. On the 10 page, I received that in the second quarter of 2004. So this is the fourth quarter of 2004. The book was bought in the third quarter of 2004. Okay, it's saying there plainly third quarter of 2004. It is showing up there. 2004. So over here, when it went to the Attorney General office, this came from the Attorney General office. I never received this bill. It's marked 14, 2015. All right, that's even before I start procedure. So this is the fourth quarter of the fourth. My quarterly report ended on the second quarter of 2004. This is the one that's going to have the 8 books for $108. Money due to me is $28. And no carry over from the previous. The Lifeline, as usual, we're not going to talk about that. That is the Rocket ebook. Okay. Now, what's interesting is that it's marked September 14, 2015. But what is offensive here is the way that they altered they forged my handwriting here. Look at the 8. They forged that. They forged it on a lot of things. Fourth quarter 2004. And they put in September 14, 340678. That's forging my handwriting right there. They put it within the sack, return it from the Attorney General office, and within files that I send them, and I told them keep those copies because I have the original, but they send this back to me with a forged handwriting of my complaint number. So there is 2. So now it would look like a copy that I had sent and one that they put in. They match. So I mean, these people are criminals. Well, that is for the law to decide. But for me, yeah, they're criminals. Their other house is criminals. So this is the one which it forged my handwriting and put in my complaint number. But you see, it's the fourth quarter of 2004, and the purchase was made in August 5th, 2004 for these books. The thing is, I would like to get this money back also, because apparently they didn't pay taxes on this money. So that is money due to me. If you're not paying the IRS money, taxes on this, I want my money back. But you're not getting back those 20 books either. These people are bad. So, what are you going to do? What can I say? They didn't show up on any quarterly report. Give me back all this money. You did not pay the IRS taxes, and this is obvious you did not. You did not. They did not. Author House did not pay taxes on this. Okay, this bill is the 8th page of my lump sum that I got in 2005, July 2005. It's the 8th page. It is the fourth quarter of 2003. You move around here, it's exactly the same thing. The fourth quarter of 2003. It is saying it's saying February the 20th and 2004. This is the same bill, but it's saying September 14, 2015. You can see here is the fourth quarter of 2003. You move it across September 14, 2015. You move down, and money due to me is 1 book sold. of 405. You move across here, and this is money due to me, 405. One book sold. This is the one that say February 20th, 2004. And you come back here to my page that I sent them, page 8, and come down 4. So it is the fourth quarter of 2003. The thing that I want to know that, one of the things I want to mention here, when you have a carryover, your carryover is usually money due if it haven't been paid. So all the money due, they say the carryover, that's what I know a carryover. If you didn't pay the money due should be growing, right? And also the history of the lifeline should be growing. None of that. But you no longer first books in February of 2004, but you're using first book insignia. Okay, I don't know what fuss is that, but that's the IRS business. That's it. But then, why are you doing this in September? And I haven't even started the procedure in October. So this is Order House. This is the way Order House do their business. My Uncle Joe in Laventille in Trinidad, you either eat them up with only what you call a high school diploma with so many business. I grew up in his business. I mean, this Order House is a joke. The quarterly report that came in 2005 is the only bulk that I got because I asked for it then. After that, I started receiving the letters for maintenance, but that was the only bulk of quarterly report I ever gotten from 1998 to this 2018. That was the only time. So it was an easy track. Instead of sending me quarterly report, what they did was sending me letters to pay Ingram and the whole listing as I showed. That's what it is. That was in place of quarterly report to pay them. Lord have mercy on these people's soul. At that point, if you're trying to match up something to that 20 and that shows up, that's a reasonable doubt right there. What else is missing? You cannot find it. What else is missing? That's it. You could see the way that they were moving the wrong papers, that they were trying to match up what I had against them, and they couldn't do that. That's where all of the lifting of dates came in. They lift so many dates and do all this sorts of things. So the Attorney General office should have never sent this to rebuttal. Never. They should not. There's a painful thing in my soul because I feel I have been taken really advantage of by Author House for the money and time and effort and the way I enjoyed writing my book. This turned out to be pain when I look at the advantage. Print on demand is money on demand. I pray to God that somebody will wake me up many times, and this is all a bad dream. This is an awful situation, and I want my money back. No quarterly report, not with a zero on it after that. None, not one, not half of a one, not nothing. No quarterly report since 2005. The only thing I received was a 60 cents check in 2014. Thank you. What I want to show, and this before I put this away, is very simple. We started from 2002, the second quarter, and as I went along, with all the different numbers and so on, when you get to the last page, the very last page, that will end in the second quarter of 2004. And remember, I bought my 20 books in the third quarter of 2004. That's what I was to show you. So those 8 books never came to me in the basement. One thing I would like to say about this particular bill here that was sent from the Attorney General, the fourth quarter of 2004, Remember my last quarter on the 10th page and in the second quarter of 2004. Of course, what I want to say here, remember also that the other house told me that they usually carry over. They carry over from 1 month to the next. Well, I bought my books in the third quarter, and this is the fourth quarter here of 2004. I bought it in the third quarter as the receipt show of 2004. If you carry over, then this 8 books here supposed to be what? 28 books. So there's no such thing as 28 books here, because if you move across here, it is saying number of books sold this quarter, and you go right across, it's 8 books. It should be 28 books, or 12 books are missing. All right, what could I say? This is Author House. This is the technologist genius Author House with the superstar Eugene Hopkins, the director. Excuse me, I was not looking for this report coming from the Attorney General office. What I was looking for coming from the Attorney General office is a settlement and help, you know. So when this particularly quarterly report appeared to me with 8 books on it, and here it's marked the 14th of September 2015, which I haven't even contacted the Attorney General as yet. This is the ridiculous accountanship, how it goes. But over here, traveling across, it says I sold 8 books, and these 8 books was sold in the fourth quarter of 2004. My 20 books was bought in the third quarter of 2004. So there you go, across the line. That's my fourth signature. They put in my complaint number at the Attorney General office. They post this back to me. There was apparently 1 e-book sold there for $11. And down here they're saying 8 books were sold and $38 is due to me. Move across the line and you will see number of books sold. Come across 8 books. Ridiculous bookkeeping. Go back across. Total due to the author is $38. Amount due to the author, $38. Author House, fantastic bookkeeping. This $38, if you have this in the fourth quarters, remember I had some chicken feed money, a little $4 here and $3 here and $12 there. So this is the fourth quarter of 2004. So you don't have a carryover, right? Else you would not have $38. I suppose the adding machine was not working that day. I don't know. The calculator wasn't working that day. I don't know. However, these both are the same thing. It's just that this one does not have my complaint number on it from the Attorney General. I am not going to try to figure out why Author House does and doesn't do the things that they do. That is for real criminologists to figure out, because, you know, I'm not going to mess up my brain with these people. All I know, it is what it is. What I'm showing here, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't create this problem. If I had gotten, see this bill for $38 in the basement when I moved back from Massachusetts, I would have hopped it down, go downtown, buy some bagels, and fill up a box or something, because I was a hungry woman when I moved back to New York. You know, I was living off of next to nothing. This, what you see in here, is real criminology. May the holy blood of Jesus Christ conquer these satanic people. This is the page of the 8 books. I'll show it slowly because I might not have had the camera focused properly. And you can see the lifeline and how they make the bills on this. It wasn't insert from the Attorney General office. I'll go up here as slow as I can because I know my lighting is not good. And it's the same bill. This one is to the cent. The other one is the one with the forged. So you see, it's 8 books, and the $38 was due to me. I never received that. And this is their poor style of bookkeeping, and it's what you call an IRS razzle dazzle sort of a bookkeeping. There's no reason why this is on this Rocket ebook. I don't own a Rocket book called Rocket ebook. It should never be on my quarterly report. Never. This here is my navigator, the bulk that was sent. Ebook. I don't own an ebook. Rocket ebook. I do not. Every page I turn here will have Rocket ebook on it. I call them American terrorists. Rocket ebook. 9 to 10. This is my guideline. This is the foundation from the bulk that was on Rocket ebook. I do not own a Rocket ebook. So what? You're terrorizing me? Well, I want my money back, and charges should be made to these people. Well, I haven't gone back to Trinidad since 1987. I haven't put my foot out. Yes, I became a citizen, but I don't say that I don't love my country and I don't like traveling, and I like to get down and dirty for carnival too. But I am tied up here mainly because of my book and no clarity on that. That's really the problem with me. And the problem that I'm having right now is trying to explain and close this, because today is September 10, 2018, and I'm still sitting down here. It's about 7:30 in Buffalo, New York. So I'm fighting to make this. This is the first video I'm going to make. I know about standard cameras, so I'm trying this video because for me it's advantage. Now, as I state and I showed just now, that all my quarterly report that was sent in the bulk, each one have this e-rocket on it. Now, and I also said that I wrote my equation, which Washington sent back to me in 1999, long before the Harvard boys have their case and trial about who discovered Facebook. Mine was the first Facebook. I invited the world because I had this I wrote this divine order about the men that get hung in Trinidad. I'm not getting into that because that will please a lot of the special interest people. However, my site was scrubbed before the Harvard boys appeared on the scene with a fantastic court suit that became a movie. However, all of my quarterly report that came in 2005 have a Rocket ebook. I never wrote a Rocket ebook. So in other words, special interest people is taunting me on about this subject in many ways that I wouldn't get into. So this show up. You go to the Attorney General office. They see this protruding fact. She doesn't have a book called, nobody asked the question, does she have a book called Rocket Book? The IRS don't question that. And the yearly report of her sales. In other words, if one Trinidadian say to me or an American say to me, hey Leah, how many books did you sell out of your book? I can't say, I don't know. They also, the Attorney General office never asked who sold your book. All these little things, but you have a rebuttal, okay? The IRS never asked who sold your book. You have 25,000. So this is what I have to deal with. Meanwhile, I can't go home and enjoy a carnival. I can't do this because I have this obstacle over my head. So I'm saying to Order House, loud and clear, I can't tie it up anyway. This is my rebuttal. You have too many mistakes. You cannot give me a fiscal, a quarterly report. You can't tell me who sold my book. You can't tell me how many books I sell. You can't tell me anything, but you protrude in a rocket book that I don't even have on my quarterly report, but you cannot make a proper statement, proper quarterly or fiscal statement or any kind of a statement. But from the time I start asking about quarterly report, you throw Easy Riders, Ingram, this one, Yahoo, everybody on me. This is what happened. I did not create this. Author House created this. Special interest or no special interest, Author House create this mess with my property. This is the facts. Even if you take out special interest, this is the facts. You cannot tell me who sold my books. You cannot tell me how many books I sold. Okay? You also add something to my quarterly report that I don't own. So then you're terrorizing me. All right? In fact, I have a right and all right to say you are American terrorists because you are American. You in Indiana, in the middle of America. Why are you terrorizing me about a subject I wrote about? These are the facts. I didn't make up this story. These are the facts that went to the Attorney General office. So I want my money back. Every black penny. I labor for it. Thank you.